Hi guys. I am so nervous. I have been sitting here for like 10 minutes getting ready to go live and get all my stuff together. And I decided I had to hit the button. I had to go live because I was too nervous. It has been so long since I've done a video, like back in November. So, what, 6 months that it has been? So, I'm sitting here with all the nervousness and I decided to just go for it. So, I'm going to get oiled up first. I hope you will do the same thing. Tell me what oils you are using. I am throwing out a little bit of clove, which we're going to talk about clove in a minute. Clove is a really hot oil, so if you're not used to it, oh, good Lord. If you're not used to it, maybe don't put it on your skin or anywhere sensitive. Try it first. But it is in your thieves. So if you're used to thieves, you've been getting that clove all the time anyways. I'm also going to put on a little bit of wintergreen because wintergreen weirdly is one of the ones that helps me. I take it and I rub it all over my chest and it helps me just to be able to have that energy and to breathe and to talk and to do all the things. That's my wintergreen. That's why every time you come to a class or an event or anything like that, I'm using wintergreen. That's a big reason for it. I am also going to what am I going to do? I'm going to put on some abundance. Abundance is one of my go-tos. I use it all the time. Abundance of life, abundance of energy, abundance of friends, abundance of focus, abundance of finance, abundance of time. Oh, ooh. Those three together are really, really good. Clove, wintergreen, abundance. See, the things you learn. So as you come in, say hello and tell me where you are calling from, where you're listening from, because I am curious. Can you guys see the snow outside? It is April. It is the middle of April. Okay, so it's the beginning of April. What is it? The 7th, 8th? It is still snowing here in Michigan. We had beautiful days. We thought it was spring. It was faking us out. It was snowing. My grandkids were over today. They kept going in and out of the house. And they go out and they go, it's so cold. We're like, do you not see the snow? I'm worried about them. I'm just saying, tell us what's happening where you are. And I'm just trying to talk myself through this a little bit because tonight's class, this is all about emotional release and releasing the depression and the sadness and that heaviness and finding our joy again. And I have to do it from my perspective. And I know I'm going to be very emotional, which is why I keep putting my oils on. I've been doing it all day because I'm nervous. Sometimes people can be really, really mean. So if you have anything mean to say, please just know it's okay. You don't have to share it. But if you've got some support to give, please throw that in there too, because girl needs a little support. Okay, so, oh, y'all. The thing is that we're actually, this is like a jumping off point for a 14-day series that we are going to do on emotional release, because clearly I can't cover all of this in 30 minutes. It's impossible to go through everything that we need to know to find our joy in 30 minutes. So it's actually going to be a 14-day series that is going to be in our group. I posted the link at the top of this in the description. Click on the link, ask to be added. I'm going to throw you in there, and we're going to do 14 days of really digging in and letting go some of that stuff. Because, friend, it has been shocking to me. I posted yesterday that we were going to turn it into a big group and really dig in. And there were hundreds, literally hundreds and hundreds of people that said, let me in. I need this. And then in the group, we said, share, what emotion is it you want to let go of? And it broke my heart. Friend, we're all afraid. We're overwhelmed. We're angry. We're frustrated. We're so many emotions in my heart. This is something that we need to talk about. And I'm telling you, if you would have said 3 weeks ago I was going to go live and start talking about this, I would have said you were crazy. I've been in Young Living since 2007. I fell madly, passionately in love with the company because my life was radically and dramatically changed, like in minutes. And that's not the time for this story, but it was a love affair, hardcore. And I learned so many things. I was one of those that didn't know you couldn't eat Ho-Hos and Diet Coke. And I didn't know why I was almost 500 pounds. And just so many things that I came into this with zero knowledge of anything to do with health and wellness. But when I came in full and hard. I am like, if you're going to do it, girl. So I made 1,000 changes. I changed food. I changed cleaned it out. Did so many things. And By November of 2024, I had released half of my body weight, which was ginormous, and I was feeling all sexy and feeling good and energy, and I was feeling cute. And we ran this big 3-day event with tons of people that came, and I was up and down the stairs. I was on the stage, walking around, doing all the things. And for those of you that know me, not only was I very, very large, but I was full-time oxygen. I was in a wheelchair. Like, I had so many health issues, multiple sclerosis. I am still dealing with lymphocyte leukemia, chronic lymphocyte leukemia. Like, these are just things that are part of my universe. But I have seen so many health changes. And at that November event, feeling amazing, I was having some chest pain, and I ignored the pain. So my first words of wisdom: don't ignore chest pain, like, ever. Don't Google, why am I having chest pains, or what are the symptoms of heart. Go to the hospital. Be seen, because I didn't. And for 3 days, the pain came and went. It was my body saying, hey, I need help. And me saying, heck no. I'm fine now. I'm healthy now. I've got this under control. And the end of the event, everybody's cleaning up. The chest pain got much worse. And I was curled up in one of the chairs watching people like vacuum and do stuff after an event. And I knew something wasn't straight. And we ended up going to ER, and I had a heart attack. And I am telling you, it hit me straight in the gut. It took everything from me, because I thought I was doing all the right things. I was seeing so many good things, and I did not expect to be told that my body betrayed me again. And I couldn't get over it. Every time I talked about it, I would cry every single time, feeling like, what a failure, what did I do wrong? Why am I always being punished? Like, so many things. And honestly, when I finally came home from the hospital, because I was there for several weeks, when I finally came home, I just gave up. I didn't want to do all the things. I didn't care. I had not had SpaghettiOs and Pop-Tarts in quite literally like 18 years because of Young Living. And I said, if this is gonna be what it is, if I'm dying, if all of this, if everything I do doesn't matter, I don't want to do it anymore. It's too hard. I don't care. And I had SpaghettiOs and I had Pop-Tarts and all the things. I just said nothing. I wasn't opening my oils. I wasn't taking my supplements. Like, I was in a full-blown tantrum. And I know I am not the only person who goes there. But I got into it, and I couldn't get myself out. I couldn't pull myself out of that. It's so heavy. Like, I cannot describe the physical pressure and weight that was on me. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want to see anybody. The only people that I seen was my husband, who's amazing, just absolutely amazing, my children, and my grandkids. That's it. I didn't have anything, zero desire to see, be, do, go. I just know. I sat in my recliner for 6 months. And a friend of mine, Christy West, actually two, Marlene Wiegers, both called in a 2-day period. And I answered the phone because I had been ignoring them. And one was text. And they're just words of love that they're missing me. It just meant a lot. Not that other people had not been saying that, not that I wasn't getting that on Facebook and post and text, and I was, but something in those 2 days, I was ready to hear it. I was in that place. And the first thing I did, because y'all, I didn't move. When I say I laid in that recliner, I didn't care if I ended up back in a wheelchair. Like, mentally, I was done. And I had just started working out and moving before I had the heart attack. Just, my body wasn't ready for a 6-month leave of absence from life. And so I had to start where I was, which was in the recliner. And I grabbed Thieves. It was sitting there. It's always near me. Thieves is just that oil. And I grabbed my Thieves. I'm going to cry. And I breathed it in. first time in 6 months, I felt a little flutter. A little bit of me saying, that was good. It was real good. See, we all remember the first time we use our essential oils, the first time somebody shares it with us, that first hit of peppermint, we remember those because our cells love them. They glom onto them. They just love it. And I sat there just using my thieves. I used it, and I got it out, and I breathed it. I had Brian put it in the diffuser, and I just rubbed it on, like applied my thieves everywhere, and loved the feel of that burn, that warmth. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't use thieves topically a lot, it gets a little bit warm. You get used to it, but it does get just a little bit warm. But I just saturated in it. And before we move to the next, I want to read to you why. Because we don't give our oils the credit that they deserve. We don't discuss how in-depth and how attuned they are to our body. But I just want to read to you about thieves. I'm actually reading from my notes. Y'all know I'm not really good at doing notes, but I'm going to read. So, thieves essential oil, I want you to think strength, protection, courage. We always think of it just about the immune system, right? We think about the story of thieves. That's what we think about. But it is so much more. Think emotional boundaries. What you're going to allow. That's thieves. That's thieves, because we're going to talk about it. Inner strength. Friend, I needed some of that. I needed that reminder that I was worth it. That I had the strength to do it again, to go through all of it again. Thieves. Courage to stand up and move forward. I didn't grab it because I knew any of this. I grabbed it because it's what was near me. I just wasn't using any of it. I was refusing to move forward, and this was different. Thieves, releasing fear, victim mindset, and self-doubt. I was in that place. Why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? Why is it always Are you kidding? Thieves. This is the one that y'all are rubbing on your feet and on your baby's feet. But did you know? I didn't. I never looked into the emotional side of it. Of course, detoxing and getting rid of that negative energy, toxic emotional patterns, it's releasing it. But I want to talk about the oils that are in it. So you've got clove, right? Clove. Now, I use clove all the time because it is a little good to rub over your heart. Not to mention, I love the smell of it, and I love warm oils. Those are the ones that just do it for me. You do you, boo. I'm not about the flowery oils, but those warm oils, I love them. Clove helps you to stand up for yourself. It is a $15 bottle of courage to stand up for you, for who you are, for what you want, for what you need. I get so excited because I didn't know. It helps to release the patterns of being a people pleaser. Do I have any people pleasers out there? You need to grab your clove. I'm just saying. It encourages self-empowerment and saying no without guilt. I'm just saying. Who knew that was in our thieves and that's in our cloves? I'm just saying. Then you got your lemon. Y'all, we use lemon. Everybody has lemon. We talk about lemon. It takes the stickers off. Lemon is that great smell. But did you know, not only does it uplift moods and clear our mind, but it helps us release confusion. So we have a clear directive, a clear plan for our path. It helps with letting go of that heaviness, that discouragement. When you're talking about finding your joy, we have to get out from underneath all the stuff. Lemon, it's in your thieves. Lemon, throw it in your diffuser. Lemon, get the vitality and eat that. Put it in your tea. Drink that thing. I'm telling you, it supports that clarity and helps us get into joy. Can I say again, this is like a $15 bottle. This is a $15. These are things you already have. So I know that when we think of emotions, we always think about the feelings kit. And when we do the emotional release series, it's 14 days. There's only 6 oils in that emotional release kit because there's so many other pieces that I want to really impart to you so that you can see we can flip the switch. We have a right to feel good. We have a right to enjoy life. We have a God-given right for joy. That's our right. We need to step back into that. In addition, in this bottle is cinnamon bark, Y'all, cinnamon bark, think the oil of courage and sexuality. So, wow, you do you, boo. But it stimulates that root chakra. So it gets things going that weren't going. It opens you up to things like that. But it also builds confidence. Who needs a little confidence? Y'all, my confidence was blown in me. I didn't feel like I had what it took to do it again. I'm like, I can't do this. I get up and I get knocked down. I can't do it. I refuse. Cinnamon. Y'all, cinnamon. It promotes emotional security so you feel safe. So let's say my body stays weak forever, okay? I have dealt with so many different things like y'all don't even know. But I get to enjoy the process. I get to be fully 100% me in the process. I get to have joy. I get to have fun. I get to pick what I do and where I go. And I'm telling you, this little bottle of thieves, it woke up inside me and ignited something inside me that I had given away. Nobody took it from me. Nobody can take your joy. I gave it away. I said, I can't. I said no to all of it. I made the choice. I made the choice to turn my back on all the things that had made such a difference in me. People say all the time, how are you in Young Living and still have so many health issues? Good God, I don't know. But where would I be had I not? Had my crazy stalker, Sherry, not shared oils with me? I don't even know where I would be. I fully, humbly say I would be dead by now. Like, for so many different reasons. Had she not shared, that's where I would be. Had Gary not decided to make Young Living Essential Oils into a company and get oils into every home in the world, where would any of us be? He had a choice. He could have just gotten oils, found out they were great, grew his own, distilled for himself, and taken care of him and his own. But he's seen a bigger view, he's seen us. He's seen us going through the stuff that we're going through, and he said, no. We need Young Living Essential Oils in every single home in the world, and that's why. Back to thieves. Eucalyptus radiata. This one blew me away because I'm a eucalyptus girl. I love that at nighttime. I have eucalyptus globulus going, but eucalyptus radiata is the oil of wellness and support. It helps clear stuck emotions from the lungs, things like grief and sadness. It opens you up to receive love and connection and breath. Oh, you guys. It supports resilience during emotional and physical stress. So does it make sense? Looking at, rosemary, I didn't even talk about that. It's the oil of knowledge and transition. We always know that it's amazing for our brain, but it helps you remember your strength, your purpose. I'm going to say that again. Rosemary helps you remember your strength, your purpose, that who you wanted to be, what you wanted to accomplish, your dreams. Rosemary partners with that. I'm just saying. It supports mental clarity, especially during any kind of change. You guys know the compensation plan change and things changing with how we're doing things. Rosemary is one of those that can help us settle. It helps us understand the changes and just absorb them. It also encourages confidence. So having said all that, I want to explain that day sitting there using my thieves, because I used a lot of it that day, like a lot. When I say I'm a little addicted, I can't express it enough. So I used my thieves. Like I said, it was in the diffuser doing all the things. The next morning when I woke up, my first thought wasn't, I got to get out to the recliner. My first thought was, I got to take a shower. Now I know for some of you, you've never been in that dark of a place where taking a shower seemed like a big deal. That's where I was. So Brian helped me take my shower because I couldn't do it by myself. I was just that far off. And we came out into the kitchen after everything was done because it took so much energy to take the shower and get dressed and just too much. I don't want to. And we came out here and I went to grab, because I was kind of eating SpaghettiOs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Don't judge me. I know you've been there. I know you've done things. And I touched the SpaghettiOs, and I said, I should just have a stupid shake. I know. It doesn't sound like a huge improvement. But friend, that was big. Because food, I need you to understand that the foods that we eat, the sugars, the additives that they add to it, the chemicals that are on everything that we're doing, all that garbage affects our thought process. It affects our brain. It affects whether or not we can make good decisions. It affects all of it. And eating real foods, whole foods, eating from the rainbow of foods, all the colors, all those things, it increases our body's serotonin. It increases our dopamine. Those are our feel-good neurotransmitters that control our actions. I'm going to say it again. Our neurotransmitters control our actions. So in that moment of wanting to grab my SpaghettiOs, I just feel like you guys are going to say such mean things. In that moment of wanting to grab that, I had to consciously go, this is what I want, but that's what I need. And I put it down. I grabbed a big old glass of water. I poured a couple of drops of my lemon Vitality into my water. I chugged it down and I made a stupid shake. I had a pure protein. I'm like, because I'm here to tell you, in that 6 months, my taste buds had changed so dramatically. In 6 months, I gained 40 pounds because apparently if you eat garbage all day long and you lay in a recliner and you don't move, you'll gain weight, especially when you're somebody like me that was super morbidly obese. I was almost 500 pounds at one point. So for my body, it went, oh, this is what we love. And it just sucked right into it, and it was in its happy place. So I had to make the decision, and I know if you're on here today and you're like, Shannon, you don't know how depressed I am. Friend, I don't. We all come into this from different places, but I can tell you, it was the tiny choices that I consciously made, the ones that said, just do it. The second change that I had to make is I had to start getting up out of that stupid recliner. I had to. I didn't want to, but movement does so many things for your brain. Movement changes just 5 to 10 minutes of moving your body increases your norepinephrine, your epinephrine, your dopamine. Your dopamine is like that, woo, woo, let's do it again. A serotonin, it increases it. Like dopamine is so good. It's what kicks out after you have an amazing orgasm. It is. It's what kicks out and says, oh, we are so doing that again. That's dopamine. But getting up and moving for 5 minutes, it begins kicking that out and telling you, do that again. That's what dopamine says. It says, do it again. And when you do it again, you feel better because you kick out a little serotonin. Do it again. I'm here to tell you, when I first, because I only, y'all, I came very unfit when I came into Young Living. So for me, exercising 5 minutes every hour on the hour, every hour on the hour, every day is the only way that I could do it. I didn't have, my body would not physically stay standing for 30 minutes. Even when I go to physical therapy, and they'd be happy to get me to be able to do something for 3 to 5 minutes because that's where I came in. But I want you to know that a sedentary lifestyle, a not moving lifestyle, is it's like a prescription for depression. You want to be depressed? Sit on your butt. You want to be depressed? Be sedentary. And I'm going to say this with love in my heart because I hope that's the only way you ever speak to me is with love in your heart. If you are one of those people that wakes up in the morning, you do your hour of exercise, and then you sit for the other 23 hours of the day because that's what your job is, you're still considered sedentary. That's not me saying that. That's just science. Because 23 hours a day, you're not moving. So getting in the habit, this is something each of us can do. Grab your phone because you know it is somewhere near you. Set your timer to go off every hour on the hour. When the timer goes off, stop what you're doing, stand up, and move your body. If you're in a wheelchair, start bouncing. Do what you can do, but start doing something. If you are physically fit, drop down, do some push-ups. If you're just getting there, do wall push-ups. If you're in between, do it on a bench. Do some squats. Do something that makes your heart beat and your rhythm move, because that's going to stimulate all those good neurotransmitters, and it will begin making massive changes in your body for you, so that willpower isn't needed as much. So when your alarm goes off, you're going to move. You're also going to drink, because I'm telling you, I was hardcore dehydrated because I was mad. I was having a temper tantrum. That pout that I was in for 6 months, it was nothing but a temper tantrum because I didn't like what happened. Can I ask you, Are there a lot of things you don't like happening in the world today? I don't even need an answer. Please don't answer politically. I will delete you. There's a lot of things that we don't like. There's temper tantrums, and I was in a temper tantrum. But getting up and making myself move that 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes hourly. And then after dinner, we are now doing a walk, just a casual walk. I can't walk far, I can't walk fast, but we go outside because outside is huge too. And we move our bodies, so important. And every time the alarm goes off to get up and move, you're gonna take a sip of water. Because did you know that when your brain is dehydrated, because that's what happens, our body gets dehydrated, the brain is dehydrated, it loses its ability to make good choices. Are there a lot of things that we have to choose? A lot of things that we have to have that are good choices? It's up to us. Like, we have to choose that, right? The water makes a difference. You know, I talk about water in every single class I ever do, and I'm here to tell you that your essential oils will work better when you are hydrated. How much water? Around half your body weight in ounces of water plus 20. That's kind of where you got to go. You do you, boo. Tell me right now, how much water do you think you drink every day? Like, put it in the count. How many ounces do you think you drink? How many ounces are you supposed to drink? Like, where are you on that range? And what are things you do to get you to drink more? Mine is, excuse me, I just burped. Excuse me. Mine is a timer. I have a timer that goes off because I don't trust me to do it yet. I've only been back to really doing the things for about 3 weeks now. So I'm in training pants. I have to have help. I have to have a reminder. So my phone goes off to remind me because I know that when my brain is dehydrated, I don't make good choices. I have to make the good choices. And I want you to think of food, water. I'm missing one. Food, water. What am I missing? Food, water. Movement. We just talked about that. Food, water, movement, and sunshine. Being outside. I want you to think of these as the 4 pillars that hold up your body. Like, these are the most important things. Everything after it is icing. Everything after it. And I'm saying everything, and that's coming from an oil addicted, oil lover. Like, I am young, living hardcore to every ounce of my body, and I will still tell you that the food that you eat, the water that you drink, the exercise that you do, and getting yourself out into the sun. I'm telling you right now, Michigan is awful for depression anyways because we don't get a lot of sunshine. We don't get the sunshine that we need. We just don't. So making sure that you are getting a little bit of sun. And I have got a light lamp that I use. I wasn't using it during my temper tantrum, of course, but it is now back on. I am using it on the regular, especially in the morning. I have it on when I'm doing my stuff because we need that. Our pineal gland needs the light from the sun, the different UV rays. We need that. We need sunshine. It not only creates vitamin D, which we all were like, it makes vitamin D. It does so much more. So much more. All those neurotransmitters that we're talking about, that sunlight, those UV rays literally go through your scalp, through the brain, through the bone, and it gets to the fluid that surrounds your brain and goes down through your spine. So it's coating every single nerve, and it gives energy. Kind of like when you think of a plant, how they're out and they get the sun and they start turning green and they suck up all of that and they make chlorophyll. That is what is happening to us when we are outside, when those UV rays are coming at us. I'm just saying, that's a whole nother class on its own, but you want to get over the depression. You want to find your joy. You want to have your energy back. You want your body to be able to repair itself. Get your butt outside. We need the sunshine. We also need to put our feet in the dirt. We need to touch the dirt. We need to touch the grass. We need to hug the tree because it lets off all of that built up energy. Again, that's another class, but I am passionate about it. Then after all that good stuff, we have to oil. We have to oil, we have to supplement. We have to oil, we have to supplement. We have to oil, we have to supplement because the oils are vibration. They are frequency. Just like that sun is that vibration, that frequency, and all those good things. This is what we are getting from the oils, the things that they release. And we have to supplement. Do you know why we have to supplement? Because our food sucks. I'm just going to put it out there. Even if you are getting good, natural, organic foods, it's not the same. It just isn't. Like, I've got right next to me, I've got grapefruits and I have tangelos and I've got apples. And I'm here to tell you, I didn't go to my tangelo tree and pull those tangelos. No, Those were picked somewhere like in Florida, where you guys actually have sunshine going on right now and not snow. They're picked down there, and then they are picked, and then they are shipped, and then they are sent, and then they are stored, and then we finally get them to us, and they are missing a lot of the enzymes by the time that happens. They're missing a lot of the vitamins by the time it happens. Is it still better than my SpaghettiOs? You bet your bippy. Of course, eating whole foods is better for me than that. But I know that I have to supplement. One of the things that is non-negotiable for me, especially right now with finding my joy, is my Super B. Super B is a supplement that you have probably heard me talk about, 20,000 times. Maybe not. But vitamin Bs are responsible for our body's ability to make some of those neurotransmitters. It's responsible for our beautiful nervous system. It's responsible for all these things that have to do with our brain and feeling good and feeling strong and feeling energy. And every single time you get stressed out, every single time something happens, a car pulls out in front of you and you're like, ah! Every time you're on Facebook and you're watching the news, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe there's aliens. Like every time you're stressed out, who was worried about the aliens? Give me a aliens. I don't know. It was so nobody cared because the world was that chaotic. But every time you get stressed out, you use up all of the excess vitamin B12 that you have. It just disappears. And when you don't have it, you can't handle frustration as well. You can't handle the things that annoy you because it's missing. So this is one of those things I supplement. I make sure that I get Super B on the regular. It's like a non-negotiable. I'm going to say same thing with doing green omega-3. This is the good, every magazine and every checkout lane, every TikTok health thing talks about good fats and magnesium and how important they are. You know why they talk about it so much? Because they're right. We need magnesium and good fats. We need them for neurological development, for our brain to be able to function, for signals to be sent and picked up. We need them, and we're supposed to get it in our food. And I eat all kinds of green things, but I need to add. That's what a supplement is. It's add any missing puzzle pieces. What are the missing puzzle pieces? So my brain can find joy again. So my brain doesn't lean towards the negative. What do I need? Those are some of the things I need. Ninja Rad. Yeah, wrong way. Ninja Rad. Y'all, you know I am a hard addict of Ninja Rad. It is one of those things that I do. I honestly, 2 to 6 ounces every day without fail since I've been in Young Living, except for that 6 months when I was having a temper tantrum. That 6 months, y'all, I just said, no, I don't want any of it. I don't care. I'm giving up. And I know you've been there. And these are things that you can add to your life. So that shake that I had that morning, my Pure Protein Complete, which I do love my Pure Protein Complete. I make the world's best pumpkin vanilla protein shake. There's not one that's any better. And I make it year round. It's my thing. But that morning, I did my Pure Protein, my vanilla, and I added my Ninja Red to it. And I added my mineral essence to it. I can't say enough about why we need mineral essence when we want to get that brain functioning, when we want that health that we're supposed to have, when that clarity is foggy and fuzzy. You need your minerals. You just do. And I put it right in that drink in my shake, and I just drank it down. And it didn't taste good because I wasn't in the mood. I wasn't in the mental place for it. But I knew I had to feed my cells. Can I ask you? Just step out in faith with me and just decide to start feeding your cells. Give yourself real food. Start moving your body 5 minutes every hour, 5 minutes every hour, 5 minutes every hour, and see what starts to change in you. See what opens up. And then start playing with whatever oil you have. So I want to read over some more oils that are basic oils. So I'm not talking about the feelings kit. You can do that with us over the next 2 weeks. I want you all in the group. I will love on you. You are more than welcome. Doesn't matter whose team you are. Come play with us. But I want to talk about good old-fashioned peppermint. Tell me right now. Say the word peppermint. A heart and peppermint that you love. Who loves peppermint? I love my peppermint. Peppermint, deep relief, wintergreen, and thieves, and frankincense. Those are my oils. But none of them are oils that you would think of are for emotions, right? Like I don't go, oh, peppermint, it's so good for my healing heart and my relaxing and the way that I feel about. That doesn't do that for me at all. I mean, it might you might know. I didn't know. I had I had no idea, but I'm here to tell you. I'm reading it off here. So peppermint lifts low energy. I knew that. Works with apathy and mental fatigue. Encourages motivation and forward movement. Was I stuck? I was so stuck. I was digging like a wall around me. Digging a wall? Do you dig a wall? I don't think so. I was digging a hole around me and building up a wall. Like I was so stuck. It's great for those blah days, which I didn't know that. You're feeling blah, Nikki, you take your peppermint, good stuff. It dispels confusion, fogginess, and lack of focus. Interesting. It helps you to think clearly when emotions cloud your judgment. My judgment was so clouded. It was like I don't even know. My judgment was just, I was being so mean and judgmental to myself. You have no idea. It supports mental clarity during overwhelm or chaos. This one, I guarantee y'all have this. You don't need all the amazing oils in the feelings kit. Start with whatever you have because they all do things. It brings relief when you're overstimulated or overwhelmed. It can calm emotional tension, like even that head tension, that pressure that you get. We know that. It creates space to breathe during intense moments. It allows you to pause, breathe, and bring clarity to a situation. I think all of the people that have the mean comments need to have peppermint next to them because it lets you pause and think about it so you can make the right choice. Which way do I want to go? What decision do I need to make so I can make a better one? It brings clarity to the situation. It stimulates the senses, elevates the mood, helps to bring joy, reconnect with playfulness, curiosity, and lightheadedness. Are you kidding me? That's our peppermint. I want to remind you right now that where did my thieves go? Oh my goodness. The only two oils I talked about are thieves and peppermint. These are, I guarantee you guys probably have them in your home. They're probably within 2 feet of you. Open them up and breathe them in and think about all of the emotions. Do you know part of the reason we all fell in love that first time we smelled an oil, we fell in love? Because every single cell responded. It went, oh, this is what I've been looking for. It's why we feel so good when we're using our oils. I submit to you, we just don't use them enough. I think that we need to be using your oils. I mean, I'm putting them on all the time right now. I have a diffuser in every single room in my house. Some of my rooms have 3 diffusers, and I've got oils going. I've got oils going because I know that I allowed those traumas, those thoughts to store in my cells. I know that I let them hold there, and they don't get to have control over me. They don't get to be in charge. I'm just saying, I get to choose. I get to release that. I get to let all of that go. The next one that I went for, and this one was with intention. So this was probably like day 3 before I was really doing very much. I was doing a little bit more moving. I was actually bathing. I was eating a little bit better. But I reached for gratitude because it's in the name, right? I kept saying, I need to, okay, my sweet husband kept saying, baby, I'm just so grateful you're alive. Like, I'm so grateful you're alive. I'm glad that we caught it. I'm glad that you're alive. Like all the things. That's where he was. And I'm like, I gotta get grateful for this because I am alive. Like there's so many people I know that go through what I went through that are not here today. And I am truly grateful. And I don't want anyone to be like, I can't believe you were mad that. I don't mean that. I don't want to belittle anyone who lost anyone due to this. But I can only share my story. That's all I can share. So I went for gratitude, and I want to talk about gratitude. So when you think gratitude, I want you to think it's like a hug for your heart. It's like emotionally a hug for your heart. It helps you go from lack to abundance. It helps you go from bitterness to blessing, which is where I was. I was in bitterness over the situation, and I needed to praise God for the blessing that I was still alive, that we caught it quick enough, that I had done all the things that I was doing that led up to the fact that even though I had a heart attack, how much worse would I have been had I not done the things? How much worse would I have been if I was still almost 500 pounds? Would I have made it through? Like from that bitterness to blessing, that is gratitude. It opens your heart to joy, love, and appreciation. I think this is what we're here for. This gratitude, it opens your heart for that. It helps to shift your focus from what's missing to what is present. What do you have? What do I have? I have an amazing best friend husband. We got married when we were in our teens, and we have been married. We're definitely not in our teens anymore. We're almost 60, and he is still my bestest bestie. That is something to be grateful for. He has cared for me and been there through all, good, bad, you name it. That man has stood by my side, been in front of me, been my protection, taken care. You don't even know. I've got that. What are my blessings? I've got 4 amazing children with a wonderful significant others and all of my grandbabies and all of the things. There's so many things that I have to be grateful. And so I started using my gratitude, and I started writing down the many things I am grateful for, because I've been blessed and highly favored. My life has been good, even with all the crazy. Father God gave me the cushions, the things that I needed to support me in that process. In gratitude, I want to talk about, I'll do this. It heals wounds from unacknowledged effort and lack of recognition. That's where I was feeling. I was feeling like all the work I had put in was for nothing. And this takes you from that unacknowledged effort and lack of recognition to feeling recognized, to feeling that effort was for good, that so many different things. That is gratitude. It takes you from that place and it moves you in. It deepens your connection with others, and it helps to invite peace, patience, and perspective. Perspective is what I really needed. I'm just saying, it's something I had to have. So in this bottle, in this beautiful bottle, is Idaho Balsam Fir, or Grand Fir. That's what it's called now. This is the oil of emotional strength. It's very grounding. It's calming. It helps us to get into a quiet place when all the chaos is happening in our world. It's what I use single a lot. It helps release emotional pain and trauma that is set in different places in your body, that's stored. It allows that to be able to release. It brings feelings of safety and stability. It is just that one. When you are in that overwhelm, that's balsam. That's Grand Fir. Then frankincense. You guys knew I was going to go there. I'm a frankincense girl through and through. I use frankincense, except in the 6 months, every single day, multiple times a day. I definitely start with it on the top of my head. I put it on my face. I put it on my feet. I put it over my heart. Like, frank is my one. And we all know how amazing that one. And that one, we totally get that it works with emotions, right? It's weird to me how there's oils that we go, oh yeah, that's an emotional oil. And then there's oils that we go, no, that's just for it. I don't know where we came up with this, but I was in the same place, honestly. So frankincense, we're going to make it quick. It is the oil of truth that elevates thoughts and brings spiritual grounding. It opens your heart to wisdom. It opens your heart to those feelings. So many different things. So frank is great. Then coriander. We never talk about coriander, but it is the oil of integrity. Boom. So integrity, being able to self-honor your own authentically you. Who are you? And how do you step into that? That's coriander. That it helps to identify your own gifts, your joy, the things that you're good at, who you are as a person. Like one of my favorite things in the whole universe to do outside of my family is teaching. I love to teach. I get very passionate when I am teaching. It is something I truly believe that God has given me a little gift, because, I'm just saying. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So who are you? Do you know what those are? Maybe grab your coriander. Maybe that's one of your things. Remember, it's in your gratitude, which is why it's so powerful. It releases shame. So that shame that either we feel because of something we did or something that was done to us, coriander helps to release that. It supports, it helps with our identity and our own worth. So we know who we are. That's coriander. Myrrh. This is that sister to frankincense. This is the mother of all those different oils that we need. It makes everything go deeper that you use it with. It comforts those deep emotional wounds. It goes deep. It encourages feelings like being supported and being loved and being held. Sometimes even if somebody loves us, we can't feel it. And myrrh is one of those that opens us up so that we can feel that, so we can accept that people love us, that we are loved, that we are lovable, and that we are worthy. It's great for abandonment. So like your mom, your dad, you were abandoned, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, kids, all of those things. Myrrh is phenomenal for that. Then you've got your ylang ylang. This one restores playfulness. It restores joy. It's in joy. So this is one that I know everybody's like, why isn't she talking about joy? You want to know why? Joy's not my favorite aroma. And I really wanted to talk about the stuff that nobody else talks about, because I didn't know that all of these other ones do all of these different things. But if joy does it for you, it lights you on fire, go research what's each oil in that joy blend for you. But in this one, the ylang ylang restores playfulness, joy, emotional balance. It softens anger and pride that blocks gratitude. I'm going to say that again. I believe I was in pride over I've accomplished so much. I look so different. I physically feel so different. How could something like this happen to me? So that bitterness, that pride, that anger is what kept me in that place for 6 months. I gave up 6 months of my life for that temper tantrum. Are you kidding me? I don't think so. I don't think so. Then you have, let's see, geranium. It is the oil of love and trust. It clears emotional blocks from the heart and encourages forgiveness, connection, and emotional honesty. It helps heal betrayal and rejection. That's geranium, y'all. Then bergamot. It's the last one that is in there, and this is the oil of self-acceptance. So bergamot, so you know, is actually in the orange family. So it's another citrus oil, but it lifts sadness and low self-esteem. So if you're not feeling good about yourself, you have that, somebody has spoken that over you and you question everything. Bergamot. It inspires hope, joy, and to radiate confidence. It helps transform critical heart into a graceful one. So I'm not going to go over 1,000 oils. Each oil, an oil that calls to you, I want you to know it's doing something. And you can go through and you can start researching what all of these different oils, what's in them, and how they work and how they can touch your life. Another one that I'm using right now is motivation and grounding and, oh, it didn't break. Oh my goodness. Magnify your purpose. Those are all ones that are really core for me, for my health, for my journey right now. So what is core for you? What are ones that you will use? And here's my thing. Every hour, ding, 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 you're going to get up and you're going to move and you're going to take a drink of water and you're going to grab an oil and put it on and make sure your diffusers are filled again. And then an hour later when it goes off, ding, 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 you're going to take a drink of water. You're going to take an oil. You're going to put it on. You're going to check your diffusers to make sure they're still on. You're going to go through this. Like if you're really wanting to just jump in, pull the Band-Aid off, get rid of the foods that are kicking your butt, because they are. They're messing with your brain. Up your water, get your butt up, move, go outside, see the sun, all the things. And if you were to say, what did it? Like, what is the thing that has flipped that switch for me? I think it was my friends that reached out. I think it was Christy and Marlene reminding me yet again that I was missed and that I was a gift and that I had a gift and that I had calling and that I couldn't sit in my chair for the rest of my life, because that was the catalyst. That was the catalyst. My husband had said it, my children were saying it, my grands were just amazing. But they reached out and they kept reaching out. So if you know somebody and you know they're just hiding for whatever reason, reach out and reach out again and reach out again and let them know somebody notices, somebody sees them, somebody knows what's happening in their world. Because I think that was my start. And I can tell you, we've got a whole bunch more classes coming up. Next Monday, we are doing detoxes, and we are going through your gut, through the liver, through parasites, through all the different things. So we're really going to talk about all the way your gut attaches to your hormones and your emotions and all the things. So we are digging into that. That will be next Monday on my page again. I will get the event up super quick. I'm also going to let you know that we have an in-person event here in Michigan coming in May. I will post that link as well. It is all brain health. Whoop, whoop. Are you kidding? We are going to cover your brain from 1,000 different ways. We are also going to cover all of the business aspect, all the business side of Young Living and things that have been added and just different things that are going on. So you're going to get all the nitty gritty on that as well. So I hope you guys were kind. I hope you were gentle. I didn't look at the comments at all because I was scared. But I'm going to oil up and I will read the comments. And if you have questions or you're having a hard time getting yourself added to our 14-day reset, Let me know. Type 14-day reset. You want in, something like that. Let me know you're joining us. Let me know all the things, guys. All right. I love you. I appreciate you. And find your joy, friend.